Hi everyone, my name is Vera Adel and I'm a life and relationship coach helping women in a relationship or marriage with a man from different culture. Today we continue our series of talk business ladies in Arab countries and my guest is Amal. Hi Amal, how are you?
Hi, Vera. I'm fine. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you that you accepted my invitation. Let's jump directly in the conversation. Tell me, where are you from, please?
Well, I'm from Morocco. I'm Moroccan and I live in Egypt since 5 years.
Wow, nice. Okay. So, of course, everybody would like to know what are you doing in Egypt?
Okay, so I'm in Egypt for two reasons. So, first of all, I'm married to an Egyptian man. We met abroad, then we got married, and then because he has a business here, so we had to come back to Egypt. And here also, I have my own business. I have a French language center, and I'm teaching French in companies. I'm teaching business French. So I have a business called the French Gate. Mainly, I teach French for individuals, but mainly it's for business French in some French companies like Schneider, also other companies like GE, Crédit Agricole, etc.
Perfect. Very nice. So, you are a busy lady.
Yes, and with a 5 months old baby, yes, I'm very busy.
So, you are absolute opposite of the typical Arab wife.
I think so. I think Moroccans, we are like this. Moroccan ladies, we like to. I don't want to be judgmental, but I think Moroccan ladies, we like to work. Here in Egypt, what I've been noticing that when women they give birth, they stay at home for like at least 1 year. 1 year, then they start working again. I can't do this. I can't. I have to go back to work.
Okay. But tell me, okay, we would like to know how did you met your husband? And okay, then I will ask you another question. Tell me.
Okay, sure. Well, it was a very romantic story. I believe so. So I was in the Philippines because I was working I was working in a British research company called the Oxford Business Group. So we were making research in business research, economy. It's about economy, emerging countries. In emerging countries, one of the countries I visited was Philippines. So when I was there, I was supposed to go to Kenya. Then last minute they changed my destination and they told me that I'm going to direct the project in the Philippines. So actually it was before Ramadan and I'm Muslim. So and Ramadan is so hard to spend it alone. We like family gatherings and stuff. I lived abroad for like quite a while alone, so I'm used to this life. But this Ramadan it was something different. I really wanted to have some company. So when I went to the Philippines, I was hoping to meet some Arabs so we can share iftar and so on. So I went there, and my first weekend, my two colleagues. So one of them was flying to UK, and the other one she was flying to Hong Kong. So I ended up spending the first weekend alone. And you know, in these emerging countries, you always live in the expat area, especially like Philippines, and also when I was living in Nigeria for security purposes.
Yes.
So end up expats being in the same area. So I went around and I was looking for some supermarkets, good restaurants. Also, when from where I can buy halal food, so I can spend Ramadan. So I was just going around in my green dress, and then I heard someone in front of a supermarket speaking Egyptian over the phone with a very cute and nice dog, and I love doggies. So I stepped out to him and I was asking him, and I speak Egyptian very well because I was living in Turkey and I had few Egyptian friends, so I'm very used to the language. Just for you to know, Egyptian language is very different than Moroccan, very
I
very
know,
different.
I know. I
Yeah,
used to
yeah.
live in Marrakesh and I didn't understand from this Arabic nothing for me. It was
Nothing.
just
Yeah. Yeah,
Zero.
harder than Egyptian and totally different. But I speak Egyptian very well. So I was talking to him in Egyptian and I told him, "Are you Egyptian?" And he said, he was answering in English because he was surprised. And I was like,
Yes.
"Yeah, I'm Moroccan and I came here for work. Where are you from?" And then he started answering me and said, "Yeah, I'm from Egypt and I'm working here too," because he was working also there for 3 years for
Mhm.
an American company. So I told him I'm just looking for some supermarkets, good restaurants, and he was like, "Yeah, yeah, let's have a walk, and I will show you around." And that's how it started. Yeah, and after 3 months, I mean, we started going out like friends, then dating, then 3 months after, 3 months, only 3 months. I was going to leave to Indonesia for another project, and my project will last was supposed to last 1 year. So he was like, "Oh, we can see each other on weekends and stuff." And I told him honestly that if I go to Indonesia, then I will be very busy because I will be the country director and I might not come back over weekends here. I might go visit another countries. Why would I come back to the Philippines? And he said, "So then we are getting married before you go." So I said, "Yeah, that's." I mean, it started like as a joke at the beginning, but then I was surprised that he did the papers, went to his embassy, my embassy, because I'm Moroccan, he's Egyptian, and we are both in the Philippines, so paperwork is hell. But he did everything, and we ended up getting married in the Philippines. Yes, and it was a lovely night, and
Oh,
till
very
now I
romantic
speak with her.
story. Very
What?
nice. What a
Yeah, yeah, very.
romantic story. Really. Okay, so then you stay some time in Philippines and then you decide to move to Egypt?
Well, we stayed between Philippines and Indonesia because I actually got married and then I went to Indonesia for my job. I didn't give up on my job. And we used to see each other in the weekends. One weekend in the Philippines, one weekend in Indonesia, one weekend in Malaysia. Um, but after that, my mother and my brother a big operation, which was a kidney transplantation in Morocco, and I had to leave to be with them. Then I went, and he was in the Philippines. While I was in Morocco, it was hard for my family to stay alone there, and I had to be close to them, at least in a country where I can come back and so on a lot because Philippines and Morocco, it's like 20 hours flight. It's very, very far. So I
Sure.
told him that I don't want to go back to the Philippines. So either you come to Morocco or we go to Egypt. And then he said, "Yeah, so we can go to Egypt," because I started my own business. And I quit my job and we ended up being in Egypt.
Okay, so you are in Cairo now.
Oh yeah, yeah, in Cairo. I've always been in Cairo, but originally my husband is from Alexandria.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
But when you can compare, can you compare Moroccan men and Egyptian men?
Yes. Okay. So let me tell you something. We are all Arabs. Okay.
Yes.
So we share a lots of stuff in culture, especially. And religion, we share a lots of things. But at the same time, I can say that we are very different. I think people from North Africa are very different than Lebanese, not Lebanese, but I will say than Jordanian, Egyptian, Syrian. I think they share the same culture, and even their food is they share the same food, the same beliefs, the same way of getting married, the same way of thinking. I think in North Africa, like Morocco, Algeria, Tunisian, especially women are more independent. The families are more open for girls to go abroad, to study abroad, to also get married. I think Moroccans are the nationality number one that we get married from other nationalities. Moroccan men, I think they are like in. I lived in a lots of countries, so I can say that I can't say that 100% they are bad or 100% they are good. We have good men and we have bad men, like like in all the countries. In
Everywhere.
Nigeria, it was the
Yes.
same. In Egypt also it's the same, but there is a slight difference. If I will compare, I will say Moroccan men are more demanding. Egyptian men are, I find them nicer. I find them nicer to their wives. I find them nicer. Moroccan men are, I think, more open-minded. Egyptian men are more protective. I mean, these are slight differences, but I think Egyptian men are nicer, Moroccan men are a bit demanding, and but they are more open-minded. It's not like they support our career, to be fair, but I would say they don't have the choice. They don't have the choice because we are. I mean, it's like it's my job, and I will stick with it to it. Either you like it or not. I'm like you, so they don't have the choice. In Egypt, I think some women they give up on this for their men a little bit. But I believe that we share the same culture, and there are bad men and good men everywhere, everywhere, in every country.
That's, I totally agree with you. But these points what you mentioned are very interesting, you know. And also, your husband met you abroad. He by himself he is traveling, so for sure he is open-minded person. Okay, so that's normal. That not normal, but it's okay that he took your work and he support your work. It's like from him, I think for me something natural. But of course you
Yes.
will not meet someone from the village who expect his wife to sit at home and bring the kids.
Yes, exactly, exactly. It's what I always say. You don't marry a nationality. You marry a way of thinking. I mean,
Yes,
that's how. If I
culture.
choose yes, if I choose a Moroccan man, I will choose someone who has the same beliefs. So when people here, actually, what is surprisingly is like, and the family also, they are very nice and they are very supportive and very open-minded. But they told me and they tried to explain to me that, oh, our brother is not like Egyptian. You're very lucky. He's very open-minded. He's very nice, very supportive. And I'm like, no, I'm not lucky, because if he is not like this, I will not marry him. It's,
Yeah,
I choose, I have the
yeah.
choice, and I will never choose someone who will not share the same beliefs, the same way of thinking. So either if he is Egyptian or Moroccan or Turkish or whatever.
Exactly. You have my total support, and it's perfect. You know that we can prove really that Arabs are supportive for their wives.
Yes,
Not all, but the same is in Europe. You know, you have men like this and men like that.
exactly.
Tell me if you can compare Moroccan and Egyptian culture, because the religion is the same, but the culture. What is the main? What you see between your family and his family is the main difference? Do you see any difference?
Okay, so look, if I compare our two families, I will not be comparing Egyptian and Moroccan families, because I think both our families are open-minded. So his family are very open-minded, mine too. So but I know, for example, that in Egypt, I have a lot of friends, and I can see around in Egypt, for example, they or I can say in Morocco, to put it in a nice way, we respect more privacy. In Egypt, it's like we can talk about everything anytime. It's like, for example, you have to share your money issues. You have to share I don't know, your plans about work, your traveling plans. You have to share also pictures, and if you don't share pictures, then they get mad. I think pictures are very private. If I want to send it, then I will send it. If I don't want to send it, then nothing wrong. So these are a bit, I will not say annoying to me. I will be, because I don't do something if I don't like it. So it's not annoying to me. It's not like because it's the culture I did it. No. In Morocco also, I can say that people are more private, but sometimes, for example, which gets annoying, for example, in Morocco, To be fair, even if it's my country, like for example, the in-laws family, they have the right to come to you without, for example, taking an appointment. They can just knock to your door and come. In Egypt, I think that they have the courtesy to call and to tell you, are you free? When will you be free? I think in Morocco, still we don't have this. It's like it's our house. We can come whenever we want. If I knock it to your door and you are not there,
Honestly,
we can go back.
honestly, this can happen in Egypt also.
Really? Okay, no, I
Mm-hmm.
no, with my in-laws. To be fair, it never happened. No, they are very
With mine
respectful.
also. But
Yeah,
I know the stories from the.
yeah, I know also, but I mean, lucky me, my in-laws are very respectful. I think also what I see in Egypt, it's like they, or what's annoying to me is they lost their or they started losing their identity a little bit. So it everything is like US. The clothes, the food, the whatever, it's like US. They are very, they started losing their culture, their identity, which is very rich. We are talking about Egypt, 7,000 years of civilization. Um, in Morocco, I think in our culture, we still have this. We still have our clothes and we like it a lot. We still have our food, our traditions, even if we are very open minded and very open to Europe. We are close to Europe, so we share a lot, but we still have our identity. This is something I like here and dislike in the other hand. But also, what I don't like here in terms of culture is the culture about women. It's like it's fine for them. It's if you give birth and then you sit at home, it's fine also, or it's not allowed for 90% of the girls to go and study abroad, even if they have a great chance to do this. Even from a city to another city, living alone is not an option. Traveling alone as a girl or as a woman is not an option. This is something that we don't have in Morocco. This is very different. 90% of the girls in Morocco, it's like when you are 18, parents, they expect from you to go and study abroad or in another city or travel alone, and this is totally normal. And it should be normal. So this is very, even if we are both Arabs and we care about the religion, but it's different in terms of culture and independence for girls.
Okay. Somehow I can, yes, I was living in Marrakesh, but Marrakesh is not typical Morocco, let's say. Marrakesh is very open. Okay, it's too much
Mhm.
open, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Mhm.
It's over. So I cannot really say and my opinion about Moroccans ladies. But in Egypt, yes, the still there is a strong patriarchal community. But my opinion is the same in Morocco. Okay, but of course I respect your opinion.
Mhm. I mean,
It's
this
okay.
is what you look in Morocco. We have Arabs and Amazigh, but believe me, what I know is for studies. 90% of the cases, it's very normal for girls to study in another city, even if she is from a village. 90% of the parents they support. It's like, okay, with rules, you can go. Maybe they won't allow her to travel alone, but they will allow her to go and live in another city alone for her studies or for her job. Here, I see it's almost like never. No.
Yeah, this is, I agree with you. It's very difficult. And
Yeah.
especially the girls in the villages, in the small cities, they are really struggling. That's
Yes,
true.
yes, a
Hmm.
lot. We have girls also in Morocco struggling in villages. I don't say that it doesn't exist, but not like here. It's like 90%, it's okay.
Hmm. Hmm. So now you are a mixed multicultural family,
Yeah.
let's say, and you have
Mhm.
a baby.
Yeah.
So you will grow your baby in the which culture? It will be both, or what you. What did you speak about this with your husband?
Yes, of course. Look, I believe in mixed culture is something rich. So I will not miss the opportunity to get this mixture from Egyptian and Moroccan culture. I will grow my son. I mean, if I'm raising him, I will raise him about wrong and right. Yeah, what is wrong here is wrong, what is right here is right. So I will raise him about wrong and right. Lucky as we share the same religion, so I don't have to choose, will you follow this religion or the other religion. Regarding the culture, I will be very honest with you. I will share what I see correct and okay in both cultures. If there is something wrong in Moroccan culture, then I will not share it. Or if there is something wrong in Egyptian culture, I will not share it. Even if it's this, there is a community a little bit in New Cairo that it's about appearances, the way, and I think it's all over the world now, how you get dressed, how you speak, even the color of your skin. And I'm not saying it's a problem in Egypt only. It's a problem in the US also. It's normal, but it shouldn't be a problem in Egypt because we Arabs, we are not, we don't have a fair skin. We are brown. It's total. It should be fine to us. So I don't like these things, of course. But I would like him to speak the both languages, speak English and French also. Know the two cultures, the history of Egypt and the history of Morocco. Because if I like it or not, he's Moroccan Egyptian, and both cultures are very rich. So it's a privilege for him, actually, and it's an advantage. So I will raise him about what is right and wrong, and I would like from him to be raised between both countries. So that's what I'm trying to do. I will try when he is 3 or 4 years old to try to spend, for example, 5 months here and 7 months there, or the opposite, so he can have the two cultures.
That's amazing. This is all I say. This is the biggest advantage of the multicultural family, to give to your kids to the best from both, or whatever.
Yes, and as I said, it's an advantage, and we should take it. We should take it in terms of languages, in terms of traveling, in terms of culture. No, it's fine. And my husband is totally with this. He is very supportive. I mean, I'm not the kind of mom who will say, no, you have to speak Moroccan first, or you don't have to speak Egyptian. No, I would like him to speak Egyptian and Moroccan and French and English, and it's a rich culture, of course.
Okay, so you told us already what are you doing, but tell me, you just came to Egypt and you decided you will open the language center, or how the idea come?
Well, actually, I told you before coming to Egypt, I was working in economy and I was country director, which was a very good position. And when I came into Egypt, I wanted to work in my field. And I started at the beginning. My husband, when he opened his business, he told me to work with him. And this is also something about the culture. When the husband has a company, the wife works with him most of the time. So I went to him. I went with him to one meeting, and then when I came back, I didn't. We went to a discussion. So I told him that I didn't like the way you directed the meeting, and he was, no, I did well, I did wrong. Then I told him, look, I was a country director, so I don't think I would like you to be my director. So then I realized something, actually. I told him, look, you are talking to me like you are the owner, even if you are doing something wrong. And this is not the way it should work. You are doing this because I'm your wife, and then this is not going to work. Because even if I am successful, and even if I will do a lot, I'm doing this for your company, not myself. It will always be your company, your success. I refuse totally to live in the shadow. So I told him, your business, my business, your career, my career. So I told him good luck, and I started looking for a job. And actually, I found a good job with a company called Bupa. It's an insurance company. It's a British insurance company. I found a lots of good positions, but the problem in Egypt with me when I came, it was very difficult and still very difficult to get the working license for the work permit for a foreigner, you know. So they told me, we want to hire you immediately. However, it will take more than a year to get your work permit, and we can't work like this. So I knew that it's gonna be very difficult for me to work legally in the country. So I decided not to work in illegally. So I said, no, I'm not gonna do this. And the only solution and option I had is to open my own business and to do something. So that's what I did. And I like languages and I like communication. So I started teaching French. That's how it
Okay.
started. Yes.
And you are even offering the private lessons, or
I
only for the
was. I
big?
was Look, I was offering private lessons when I started. Of course, I was offering private lessons. I opened my own center before Corona. I was given. I had some instructors from Tunisia working with me. I was offering private lessons to adults and to kids too. But then the work started shaping in another way. I had some offers from French companies. So I started working with companies, so it means B2B. And I found it, and after Corona, we had to switch online. And then I still work B2B online with companies. And I stopped the private tutoring because I don't have time. So I choose to keep working with companies because B2B is, of course, in business term, it's better. Teaching business French is something, it's something better here. So I don't now because I don't have the time. But once I will hire more teachers, then they will do this part.
Sure. So we will put all the contacts for you in the description of this video. If anybody
Sure.
will like to contact you, that they know where they find you.
Okay,
I
sure.
think it was very nice to talk to you. I think it was a lot of interesting informations from a different side. Okay, different point view.
Yeah,
Thanks.
yes, from two Arab cultures, I guess, because as I said, we are Arabs, we share a lot, but there are some differences. Of course, you are married to an Egyptian, and of course, the differences for you are huge, not like me. But yes, still, people they think that we are the same, but actually, no.
Yes, yes. Me myself, I was living 1 year only in Morocco, and I can notice the difference little bit. Okay, but I didn't live with Moroccan men, so I can really cannot say the deep difference.
Yes, yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Thank you so much. It was pleasure to talk to you, and thank you for watching us. If you like my video, please don't forget to subscribe to get another notification when I upload another talk with another interesting lady. Wish you a beautiful day. Bye, and thank
Thank you,
you.
Vera. Bye.